That's a very good question. Um, I'll break it down between small brands and big brands. For small brands, what I've come to realize is that there's a lot of resource material online available, which can help them to take the business, understand the business on Flipkart and Amazon, other marketplaces as well. So for Flipkart and Amazon, you have your YouTube video tutorials, which I suggest that you go through, but don't, a lot of them are quite dated and might not have all of the accurate information. But Flipkart and Amazon in particular have training calendars. The moment you log in through your seller or vendor account, there are training calendars that they share where they not only do they help you go through the whole portals that they have, they also help clear out your doubts and these are live sessions. There are they start with the listing, how to start your listings, how to do cataloging, how to do search engine optimization, how to start ads on your platform, how to get fulfillments, smart fulfillments, etc., how to do your accounting and reconciliation of the sales that you're doing, and how to do warehousing and liquidation. So there are a lot of sources of information available on these platforms itself. What Amazon and Flipkart have come to realize is that they can't just build a portal and expect customers to figure things out. They have built in another, with a portal within their portals, which will open a whole vast information pool for sellers to access. Not only that, if you're a brand which is a little tight on resources, what Flipkart and Amazon do is that in their portals they have these service providers. So you can go to a Seller Central, or you can go to Seller Central is a Amazon portal, and Seller Hub, which is Flipkart's portal. What you can do is you can go there and you can go to partner services. These are Amazon and Flipkart affiliated partners, which will help you in listing your products, doing cataloging, taking photographs, giving you optimizing your listings for the best search engine optimization, getting you ads, helping you in fulfillments, and accounting, warehouse, and liquidation, everything. So there are partner services, and you can just and these come at very nominal fee for you. So if you have a very good product and you're confident that it'll sell really well, you can easily go to these services, tell them that, okay, I have this particular problem, and they can fix it for you, and you can have them on a retainer, 3 to 4 month retainers. So that was for small brands.
Yeah.
For big brands, again, I've spoken to a lot of founders at big brands and C-suite people at big brands. What we've come to realize is that, again, as I had said earlier, the big brands who are not doing a great business on e-commerce platforms, is that they had, up until 2015, 2016 or so, they had assumed that since their offline channel is so big and so bulky and so that they're getting so much revenue, they felt that just merely doing a listing on online platforms and their goodwill will straight away translate to online in Flipkart and other marketplaces. But what has happened is that's not true. A lot of if you check out home category, you go to Home Center, you go to a Big Bazaar, you'll feel that a lot of products that are available on those shelves from big brands, they're not the highest selling products on Flipkart or Amazon. Flipkart, there are just new brands which have come up in the last 4 or 5 years and started providing better products at the right pricing online, and they've just taken the lead. Just for an example, Lifelong is a home category brand which has done a tremendous job in figuring out market gaps and providing the products at the right pricing to the customers. So another inhibition that big brands have had is that actually there are 2-3. First is that they feel that if a product is selling at 3,000 rupees, that another similar product from another brand is selling cheaper online. So the owners and the decision makers at these big brands feel that they can't sell the same product at 500 rupees cheaper online, because their distribution channel, the people in those channels will start complaining. So this is a problem that we've seen across a lot of big brands. They say that we can't launch the same product online because online at that price it cannot sell. What they fail to realize is that, and this is something that Titan Group, I want to highlight, has done really well, is that they've taken out as different online selling SKUs. they keep it separately for online. They have a set of SKUs which are selling both online and offline, and they don't change pricing for the pricing for these remains constant. For the online exclusive products, the pricing keeps on changing as per Flipkart and Amazon policies, and and so they have differentiated the products that are selling on different channels. And I think big brands are now getting aware of this fact that they have to launch separate products for online and separate products for offline. So for my, if my recommendation has to go to big brands, it has to be that they have to get in the right people for this, and they have to get in the right products for online. In the last 2-3 years, is that the product life cycles have been crunched. What you will see is that what used to be a bestseller, especially in electronics, what used to be a bestseller 2 years ago is not even the first top 3-4 pages anymore. So even what was the bestseller last year in, say, smartwatches or even mobile phones, that's not a bestseller now. So what brands, especially small brands and agile brands like us, need to do is that we have to keep on, reinventing what the way we will launching products. We have to keep searching on what is the next product that we can launch. So when we're launching something, we already have the launch plan for the next product ready for us, because we know that the tech space is so volatile and so dynamic that whatever we are launching, we on the back of our heads, we know that it's going to be outdated in the next 6 months. So again, what I have right now, what I'm going to show is just what I feel is the checklist for us. I'm sure there'll be a lot of other factors that can be included, but this is what we generally use. So what we do is that we go through the Indian, American, Chinese, and even Australian and European markets, and we understand what are the top sellers. We first weed them out. We take them out, and then we do complete scraping of their customer reviews. What are the people actually talking about the top selling electronic products? So for example, for us, it used to be smartwatches. It can be any product that you're trying to sell. So take out in your category, take out what are the current top 100, top 200 products that are selling, and then try and weed out what are the customer reviews. So we generally use a Python script. We have the software which helps us understand what are the customers talking about. Do they like it? Do they not like it? What part of the product do they not like? What would they want changed in that product? If it's a negative review, what are they not liking about the particular watch or anything for that matter? Then we then have an idea of what the customer is not satisfied about. Then we go to the customer questions, and these are the things that you'll ideally find in an Amazon or a Flipkart listing easily. What are the customer questions? I mean, just for a small smartwatch, what would be customers are generally asked? Does this have calling? Does it have voice assistance? Can I play songs in it? Can I store songs in it? This sensors, does it have dedicated sensors? All those kind of things. So we go through questions as well to understand what are the latent customer needs in the market. Then obviously we speak to our own customers who've purchased our products. So every Friday or so, every Saturday actually, 1 hour we do calling for our customers who have purchased our product. We ask them, what is it that you don't like about our product? What would you want to change about our product? And all those kind of questions. Would you recommend our brand to someone else? That's the basic NPS question, right? So all those things we ask them, and we figure out what is it that the customer are actually wanting. So along with that, there is an amazing tool called Amazon Pie, which helps you, which gives you the top 3,000 keywords in your category. So it gives you, so these are reports, this is actually an Amazon tool, which gives you what are the most frequently used 3,000 keywords that the customers are using in your category. So we get a lot of idea on what a customer is actually searching for. They might end up purchasing something else, of course, but we understand what are they searching for. Then there is search performance reports, which is basically what are the keywords, what are the things that people are now searching. As in the differences. The first report will tell you if these are the most searched keywords. But this report, another search term report, will tell you what is being searched more and more in the last 30 days. So you need to figure out what are people actually wanting in what are they actually searching for. Then there are alternate purchase reports, which goes to show that if customer has searched for, say, a smartwatch for calling, what have they actually seen and what have they actually purchased. So this kind of report, these kind of reports on Amazon Pie, that it helps you a lot. It helps us a lot in trying to figure out what is it that's not there in our current portfolio. There's obviously other tools like Jungle Scout, which helps you understand what are the opportunity in the market at this point. So we basically, with all these 4-5 things, we formulate what is it that we want to launch. So for example, I just move on to the screen sharing, and I'll show you how we got onto the three very good products which went on to become bestsellers on Amazon, how we got onto them. I'll just share my screen. All right, I hope you all can see the screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, so I'll talk about the 2 products that we launched, which were extremely successful. First one was Cosmos, and we launched it when we came to realize that people are actually, whenever the top selling product, this was in the month of June, we came to realize that people are, whatever the top selling 5, 10, 100 products that the people are buying on Amazon, the smartwatches, people are asking, does this have calling? Can I make calls through the smartwatch? And then, at that point, lockdown was at its peak. And people wanted to know not only their blood oxygen, which a lot of smartwatches had at that time, they also wanted to know temperature. So we kind of figured out, okay, fine, we need to launch something which has these 2-3 kind of features. So the critical insight came through all these 5-6 things that I've told you about, reviews, ratings, all those things. And the questions that we came up was, people asking, does it have calling? Does it have temperature check? I wish the screen was a little bigger. So at that point, the smartwatches at that point only had a 1.4-inch screen, which was a little smaller. And so the watch that we launched had 1.7-inch screen. And, they also said that they wanted a better screen quality within, 3,000-4,000 rupees. So that is when we launched Cosmos as an exclusive product on Amazon. It was a huge in the market. Then I want to talk about the Bevel Squad. So this is actually when we had launched a smartwatch in the month of October. We launched a smartwatch with a pink strap, and it was the generic solution that at that time used to come. You used to have a black strap watch, they used to have a blue strap watch and a pink strap watch. So when we launched the pink strap watch, we called a lot of customers and tried to understand why is it selling, what are you looking for in that watch. And a lot of customers came back with the feedback saying that I wanted it for my mother, I wanted it for my wife, and I wanted it for my girlfriend. So what we immediately did was we contacted Chumbak. Chumbak is a great brand with a very strong design philosophy, and we launched our watch called Squad. So this is the normal watch that we had. We asked Chumbak to give us design wallpapers, watch faces basically for us, and design the straps. So this was also a good hit in the market. And then I have actually, blocked out two products which are about to be launched. One in Amazon, one exclusively on Flipkart. And what we came to realize was that there are, again, customers were saying that they purchased a smartwatch, but they're afraid to take the watch into the water or take it for a swim, take it for they're afraid to sweat even on the smartwatch because they feel that electronics are going to get they're going to malfunction. So we're launching another smartwatch with a very rugged design. It's going to be waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, and it's going to have calling as well, and it's going to have dedicated sensors. So the accuracy is going to be great on this, and we're going to ensure that people can take it outside for treks, and it's going to be extremely rugged. Then last product that I want to talk about is Cosmos Pro. It's also going to be so when we launched Cosmos, it was a very successful product, and again we felt that okay, there's a lot of scope to improve here as well. So we got back, we searched what are the customers talking about, we called them up, we searched the reviews, ratings, everything, and we figured that customers are saying that okay, it has Bluetooth calling, that's good. Now what I want voice assistance as well. So okay, we said fine, we'll try and bring that feature as well. And the one thing that people told us was that I want to take a watch, and when I go for running, no matter what smartwatch I have to carry my phone with it, unless it's an Apple Watch, which has inbuilt storage for that. So what we did was we're launching a smartwatch with inbuilt storage, so you can just pair your watch with your neckband and go for a run, and that will store about 60 songs. So that's the new tech that we're launching, and that all of it comes through searching ridiculous amount of listings, not only in Indian market, in American markets, in Australian, in European markets, and understanding what the customer wants in these products. What I've seen is that so Amazon and Flipkart have done a couple of very good things. They've introduced customer reviews. So obviously you can give star ratings to the products. You're also able to put in videos and photographs of the product that you've received. Now, Flipkart Insight says that a lot of customers actually they don't even if they see a very good listing image of a product, they prefer going on to the customer reviews, especially the ones with photographs and videos. So we've tried to incorporate those on our websites as well, because there is a lot of dissonance between what a listing image would show and what a product actually in your hand would show. So that has led to a lot of products being rated low, and this becomes a very important factor for customers to make a decision. When other customers put up images and videos of how they're using a particular product, and again with detailed reviews and ratings, that helps a lot. So that is the social proof that we generally try and inculcate into our websites as well. What we've come to understand is that it's very important to put the customer needs on top. That came through what I had explained in my previous question, understanding search volumes, reviews, everything. And now we are at a stage where we've locked onto, this is the product that I want to launch next. Now, then what you do is, and this is an exercise I learned when I was at Flipkart, we used to do a feature set, price set comparison across marketplaces, not just Flipkart and Amazon. We used to do even in offline as well. We used to go and understand what is selling at what price, and and what all features does it have. And basis that, we used to arrive at okay, fine, this is the product. This is similar features are being sold at this X price. So now we are adding then are a bunch of quantifiable factors. So this feature costs this much. Our brand equity would cost this much. This is what going to be the marketing that we'll be doing on this product. So all those things get added on to that particular to the launching of this product. We definitely check out what the competition is selling, and we try and differentiate. So see, for us, it's all about when you're launching, it's all about your what, when, why, where, how, right? What are you launching? Where are you launching? Where are you launching is a very important thing. A lot of times, right now, what Amazon and Flipkart have done is that they've brought in exclusives. So what generally you will find in an Amazon, you would not find a similar product from that brand on Flipkart. You not find that the same product. So Amazon and Flipkart now operate on exclusives. Now, what as a brand we need to decide is which of these two portals, or even any other third portal, is going to give us the maximum sellout. That becomes extremely important for us. That for that we need to understand if there's a competing product on this platform or not, and do customers actually spend for that brand in this. So competition does play a very, very important role in what we're launching. And then lastly, we go to the account managers at their respective marketplaces, and we try and understand that is this product or a similar product, is this being searched? There can be cases where people are searching for a particular set of features on Amazon, but they're not searching for that in Flipkart. So you would ideally want to launch in places where there's a demand. So it depends on category to category. One is that if you're launching a product into a very um, well-established category where the players already are there. They've been, they've already established themselves, and there's a lot of customer trust for those brands. So it becomes extremely challenging. The barriers to entry are extremely high. So try and avoid, I would suggest they avoid, fighting head to head with the already established brands. What is very important is product differentiation. You have to have a differentiation in some or the other way, not always price differentiation, but some sort of USP that they need to bring in while launching a product. When you're launching for the first time, you need to put in. So, for example, customer, market owners would think that, okay, if Amazon is taking a 20% market, percent commission, I'm going to keep all the rest of it for myself. But and you so take a fixed amount for marketing, so say 5%. But what they kind of forget is that initially, when you want sales, when you want a product to rank higher and higher, you need to ensure that you put in maximum amount of money, whatever you have, in the marketing of the product, so that your product starts showing in the top one, top two pages on an Amazon or Flipkart page. So for working on product ranking is extremely important. So that is the challenge that they actually face. They feel that they've been putting in a lot of money on marketing, and still the products are not showing up. When they're new, it's hard for customers to trust them. So unless and until some a lot of brands face this challenge of getting proper ratings and reviews on their products, then these are the basic challenges that they face. It's extremely difficult. So a lot of times what happens is that say a smartwatch which is launched offline and online as well, some pricing error happens, or some we generally give pricing control to Amazon and Flipkart, because we sell products in bulk to them. And in order to optimize for their sales, a lot of times what has happened is that they've been doing pricing of they've been doing pricing changes, which has caused a lot of unrest in the offline channels. And that is why we have been able to, in the last couple of months only, we've been able to differentiate we've launched a different line of products online and different line of products offline. So that happens a lot, and that is a challenge that a lot of brands face. Almost every brand faces, because they can't do business only online. We're not at that stage yet that we can just survive doing business online. Offline is a huge part of the business that especially electronics companies like ours get. It's a huge part of our revenue, almost 50 to 60%. And e-commerce, although reaching there, but it's not there yet. So there are huge challenges. There's obviously a huge challenge, and so this is the only way that we could figure out, launch different products for different channels. That's a very good question. We keep on launching products with newer technology. So we're about to launch a watch which will have music storage in it. So we ensure that we create videos about explaining, very short videos, 1 or 2 minute videos, explaining the customer how a particular product will work. How do you want to add songs to it, make calls, all those things. Every functionality, we create that content, we put it on our social media channels. And as far as paid media is concerned, we try and advertise about those very small, say probably a YouTube ad we can put up, how to put songs in this, or how to make a call, how to ask, do a Google search or Google voice search from your smartwatch on this. So we have to create those snippets, especially video, because text doesn't always translate on e-commerce. People don't like to read. People want a very visible, easy way to figure out the problems that they're facing on their products, or potential problems they might face. So education is extremely important. Creating very small, consumable content is extremely important for brands like us. What I've actually seen is that a lot of times what brands have done, especially smaller brands, is that they see that a competitor has launched a particular product at a price point with certain feature set, and then they think that, okay, fine, this is simple, I'll call my manufacturer, or probably go call my person in China and have something quickly made out, and then I'll also launch. So what happens that in this case there's a failure to differentiate, and that becomes very important. If you always have a strategy that I'm going to differentiate only on price, that is a downward spiral. And you keep on undercutting your margins, and then the other person who's launching it at higher price is utilizing all that money in building his brand on the platform. So failure to differentiate between your products, there has to be a loss leader, something that you actually sell at a very low margin, but it actually establishes your brand. There has to be a product on which you want to create a huge margin by bringing in a feature set differentiation, which the others are not able to bring. A lot of times brands are not able to educate the customer properly. So when we launched the calling smartwatch, we were I'm sorry.
Could you please mute your mics? Really sorry. Aishna, could you please mute your mic? Yes,
right.
you may continue.
Sure. So when we launched the first calling smartwatch on Amazon, we realized that we assumed actually that people would know how to use this product. But as soon as we launched, we realized no, people don't know. This is a new technology. Wearables is a new concept in our country, and people actually want to be educated. So we started putting up video answers on all the questions that people were asking on Amazon. We started putting up very detailed answers on Flipkart, because Flipkart did not have a video facility to put up video answers. Then a lot of brands, especially smaller ones, don't put in too much effort into getting the right imaging done for their products. There has to be a proper photo shoot. There has to be proper listing images, because customers make decision basis images. Your images have to be extremely descriptive, and the buying and selling decision is made just by images. You can't expect people to read through the whole listing. There are listing optimization basically is it's a no-brainer right now. To have a successful listing on Amazon, you have to have a properly optimized listing. Then brands need to have ads. A lot of brands don't, when they negotiate, when they do their pricing on Amazon or Flipkart, be it on a seller or a vendor account, they don't accommodate for advertising. They then have to share it out of their margins, which is a very tough thing. So advertising has to be included in your P&L while you're putting a price on the product. Then when we are selling to Amazon, we straight away to Amazon, as in when we're doing bulk deals, we initially, Amazon or Flipkart for that matter, we need to ensure that there are no RTV clauses. That hurts a lot when the products come back. Focus on ratings and reviews is extremely important. Now I understand that a lot of times people don't, they feel that we've launched a very good product and they don't have to focus on ratings and reviews. We pay a lot of attention on ratings and reviews. We check out every rating and review that is given on our product, and if we can find out who the customer is, if there's a bad rating, we try and service the customer through our channels and try and ensure that the issue has been alleviated. So yeah, I mean, availability, visibility, basically. These are very important things that sometimes brands tend to avoid. And a lot of times, what I've seen is that there's this feeling that brands feel that we can fight with anyone. We can launch a product. If someone's launching a product at 4,000 rupees. We think that a lot of brands think that they can launch a similar product with everything same and launch it at 4,000 bucks and assume that the customers are going to sell. Brand equity is something that they don't tend to build on online on Amazon and Flipkart marketplaces. And what we've come to realize is that that brands have a totally different perception on, say, a Flipkart, or they would have a different perception on Amazon. And this has happened to a lot of brands. You could see that a same product would have a different listing altogether on Amazon, would have a different listing altogether on a different rating altogether on Flipkart, and it might be selling extremely well on offline channels as well. So yeah, I mean, there are these things that people kind of miss out. What we've been able to do so far is that we've been trying, since we're a very small brand, we're growing very fast. We're trying to figure out gaps in the market, and we rely a lot on other growing brands, and we use platforms, and we have a set of WhatsApp groups for founders, etc. We try and figure out synergies in our brand with, for example, when we launched the smartwatch with Chumbak, we knew that we are a growing brand and we need another brand to help launch, help get get that visibility. So when you're growing as a brand, when you've built in some bit of equity with the customers, it's always important that you reach out to other brands as well and try and bring a collaboration to launch new products and new offerings for the customer. It's extremely important to be customer centric. We make sure that we don't compromise on customer happiness ever. So yes, we are getting there, we are getting bigger, and we are collaborating with a lot of brands, trying to get their share of customers, get our brand known to them as well.